Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you've tuned in today. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos. We're diving into a really important topic today, one that you'll want to stay until the end for. We're talking about something that affects so many people, but isn't always easy to see or understand right away: narcissism. More specifically, we're going to explore the 5 signs of a narcissist whose life is controlled by something much darker, by the devil himself. Let's get into it. Narcissism is often misunderstood. Many people think of narcissists as simply vain, self-centered individuals who just want all the attention. While that's part of it, narcissism is actually a much deeper and more dangerous personality disorder. It goes beyond just someone who loves the sound of their own voice, or spends a little too much time in front of the mirror. In fact, narcissism can open the door to something far more sinister: spiritual darkness. There's a growing conversation around how narcissistic behavior might be a sign of demonic influence. And today we're going to break down 5 telltale signs that someone's life is not just narcissistic, but possibly under the control of evil forces. Now, before we dive into the signs, it's important to remember that not every narcissist is necessarily under the control of the devil. However, when you see these specific behaviors at play, it's often a sign that something much deeper and darker is at work. So what are these signs? Let's take a look. First and foremost, one of the clearest signs is a deep obsession with control and power. While most narcissists love to be in control, the kind of control we're talking about here goes way beyond your typical power-hungry personality. This is someone who will stop at nothing to dominate others, not just for personal gain or satisfaction, but because they feel a compulsive need to bend others to their will. It's not just about being in charge. It's about playing God in other people's lives. This type of person thrives on manipulation, deception, and coercion. They use every tool at their disposal: lies, threats, guilt, and even charm, to get what they want. They enjoy the suffering of others, and when they're confronted or questioned, they react with pure malice. They don't just defend their position. They seek to destroy anyone who challenges them. Their thirst for control and power is insatiable because it's fueled by something much darker than simple human greed. It's spiritual in nature. You can feel it in their presence, that overwhelming sense of darkness, as though they're being driven by forces beyond themselves. When you encounter someone like this, it's hard to shake the feeling that something truly evil is at work. Another major sign of a narcissist under demonic control is their complete lack of empathy. We've all met people who can be selfish or uncaring at times, but this goes much further. This is someone who doesn't just lack compassion. They seem entirely incapable of feeling anything for other human beings. They can watch others suffer and feel nothing. In fact, sometimes they seem to derive joy from the pain of others. They may pretend to care when it serves their purpose, but it's always an act. There's no real emotion behind it. When someone's heart is this cold, it's a strong indication that their soul has been darkened by something far worse than mere selfishness. What makes this so chilling is that these individuals can often be extremely charismatic. They know how to charm people, how to put on the right mask at the right time. They can be incredibly convincing when they want to be, making others believe they're good-hearted, even generous. But beneath the surface, there's an emptiness, a void where their humanity should be. This is more than just a psychological problem. It's a spiritual condition. The devil is often described as a deceiver, and these individuals embody that deception in everything they do. A third sign that you're dealing with a narcissist under the devil's control is their overwhelming pride. Now, everyone knows that pride is a hallmark of narcissism, but what we're talking about here is a pride that's so all-consuming it borders on delusion. This person doesn't just think they're better than everyone else, they truly believe they are infallible. They see themselves as a kind of god, above any moral code or societal law. They're not just arrogant, they're megalomaniacal. They believe they're destined for greatness, and anyone who questions them is, in their eyes, a fool or an enemy. What's particularly dangerous about this kind of pride is that it blinds them to their own faults and flaws. No matter how many mistakes they make, they can't admit to being wrong. They'll go to any lengths to protect their ego, including blaming others for their failures, lying, and rewriting history. This extreme pride is another clue that their soul is being consumed by something much darker. The Bible says that pride comes before destruction, and when someone is consumed by this level of arrogance, destruction is never far behind. Another frightening sign is an unquenchable thirst for chaos and destruction. Narcissists under the influence of dark forces seem to be agents of chaos. Wherever they go, trouble follows. They have a unique ability to stir up conflict, break apart relationships, and leave devastation in their wake. And the most disturbing part? They seem to enjoy it. It's not just that they're careless or reckless. It's as though they thrive on the chaos they create. They feed off the drama and conflict, as though it fuels them. This is not just the behavior of a difficult person. It's the behavior of someone who's being driven by something deeply malevolent. They'll sabotage friendships, ruin family relationships, and destroy careers, all while claiming to be the victim. This kind of destruction is purposeful, calculated, and at times almost ritualistic. They know exactly what they're doing and they take pleasure in it. This is a powerful sign that they are not just a troubled individual, but someone whose life has been overtaken by dark spiritual forces. Finally, the fifth sign is a constant need for attention and worship. This goes beyond mere narcissistic vanity. These individuals crave worship in the most literal sense. They want to be adored, obeyed, and revered as though they were divine. It's not enough for them to be admired or respected. They need to be worshipped. And when they don't get that level of adoration, their rage is terrifying. They see any slight or criticism as a personal attack, and they respond with an intensity that's completely disproportionate to the situation. This insatiable hunger for praise and recognition is rooted in something much darker than just low self-esteem. It's as though they believe they are entitled to the kind of reverence that should be reserved for God alone. This is one of the most disturbing signs of demonic influence, because it reveals just how far they've fallen into darkness. Their need for worship is not just about ego. It's about trying to take the place of God in their own lives, and in the lives of those around them. If you recognize these 5 signs in someone's behavior, it's important to be cautious. Narcissists under the control of dark forces are incredibly dangerous, not just emotionally or psychologically, but spiritually as well. They can bring destruction into the lives of everyone they touch, and it's crucial to protect yourself from their influence. So, what can you do if you suspect someone is exhibiting these signs? First and foremost, pray for them. Spiritual warfare requires spiritual solutions. It's also important to set firm boundaries and protect your own mental and spiritual health. Don't allow yourself to be manipulated or controlled by them, and seek help if you need it. You may need to distance yourself from them for your own well-being. That's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this discussion has shed some light on this important and often overlooked issue. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more content like this. As always, I appreciate